What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Utah Utes, taking on a team from the Big 10, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. About to kick it away and get this season started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So UCLA's offense takes the field to start this game off. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
To the ground with the back. Ernie on the Jets. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
They'll ride the hot hand. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint. The Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
And that wasn't easy. Hitch route on 3rd down with tight coverage. The receiver doing a great job shielding the defender away from him, catching it and getting the first.
Handoff from the gun. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Fires left. He's got it. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. Got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle.
Well, the head coach has to like that. It's the first drive of the entire year. You did some good stuff on the drive. You get yourself in field goal range. Most important, you come away with points to kick this season off.
On the move from inside his 5. So the Utah Utes offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line. A group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Got his man. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones. I just got to be a little bit patient.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap in a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about a defense. You got to get those guys up front. You want to dominate college football. You want to be in the mix. Find those big defensive linemen that can make plays.
The Utes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. 2024 was a transition year for UCLA. New coach, new schemes, but one surprise was Carson Schlesinger, third in the nation in tackles. He's now in the NFL, David, so what's the big adjustment for this defense?
Well, I tell you what, the team finished strong. And whenever you change coaching staffs, you need that believe, that buy-in moment. Finishing 4-2 down the stretch, I thought was a good thing. So can the defense swarm? Can they game tackle? Who's the next guy in this rotation that's going to step up and make plays?
And the Utes will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Just needs a crack to get a return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Got a man, it's Flores. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Wants to fire on second down. Got it in the middle, it's Flores. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Trying to impose their will with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. They could tie the game here with a field goal, but instead looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
That's a risky play call there, 4th and a couple of yards, and you turn around, you hand it to your running back, you say, my guy's a better athlete than any of yours on defense, and he's going to find a way to keep this drive going.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Keeps it on the bootleg. Trying to find the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, UCLA! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Washington has opened up the playbook, and they are scoring in bunches right now. This offense has been electric. They're up by 17 over Colorado State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Here comes the heat. Look out, he's got room. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Bentley. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The play-action fake. Right down the middle. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Delivers the stiff arm. And the interception was enough. The return made it even better as he gets it down to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield on 1st down. Under fire. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Fires to the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like a great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanted to throw the football, scrambles around, get some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on third down. Buys a little extra time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be brought down. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
The Utes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The inside handoff. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. You do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So good luck stopping him. Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, third and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up, something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
He'll throw it. Got him downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing it too. And in this game, he seems like he's dialed in.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42. The give to the back. Makes his man miss. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Another tough run for this offense. And I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off. But you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And I just love having a decisive quarterback. Like, give him options, but he makes a decision, sticks his foot in the ground, says, I'm going to get the first down, and he gets it.
Wants to throw. It's Dampier. Finds a tight end. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes!
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continued to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. To the air on first down. Got his man quickly. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Unloads to the wideout. And it's knocked away, incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the third quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Utah has it back in the offense coming onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. The give to the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first. Parker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Now the play fake. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. Bringing it back. Inside the... And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Bruins. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that. But defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. LSU dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Gonna run it. It's Parker. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Give to the back. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. And the Utes will hustle to the line.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Turns it on in midfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The Utes are marching down the field. Running back searching for a hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. Looking to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Trying to surge it in. Touchdown, Utah! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Late in the game, and the confidence is building if only there's enough time to finish.
Time is ticking, but, man, you gave yourself a chance now. Now the defense, go out, do your job. We got the momentum. If you give me the ball back, I'm going to win. Let's go, defense.
He'll call for the fair catch here. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mo has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack.
And the offense goes for the knockout punch. They wanted to get the 1st down, run out this clock, take the dub. Now their defense is going to have to come out and step up big for them and make sure they don't give up any points.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
This defense is going to have to be... Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bentley. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, this certainly hasn't been a career day for the quarterback, right? He's thrown a couple of picks, hasn't thrown for a ton of yards, but his team is in position to win this game, and they need him to make plays now, a 2-minute situation, to pull this one out. He's got the talent to do it. Let's find out what he does.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a fourth-quarter lead. He'll do it himself on the draw. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
In a 2-minute situation like this late in the game, the offense looking to throw the football. They're trying to make it look like pass before going with the draw, but the defense wasn't fooled. Really nice job communicating and staying alert before making that stop.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before, and I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Here's the pressure. Touchdown, Utes! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Matthews. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
And
as disappointing as this is, everything's still in front of this team. I mean, think back to 1983 Miami. Got blown out in the opener but won the national championship. tonight's city gonna set my soul on fire. Welcome to Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world and home to the running rebels of UNLV. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. The Bruins will kick it away first. Coming out with it, it's Moore. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So UNLV's offense will be first on the attack. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
Menu narration option is set to off. Menu narration option is set to off.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Offense in a bunch formation. That's reeled in. It's Reynolds. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. A first down for the offense. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Pulls it in. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And frankly, that's a completion. It's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
The Rebels are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes the catch. It's Bradley. Tackle is made at the 20. Let's see if they decide to punt it. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Making side adjustments here. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Got the first down and still on his feet. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And the Bruins come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. To the ground, he's got it again. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield. The Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Trying play action. Going for 6. He took a shot at the end zone and he almost picked it off. It'll be 3rd down.
And you just got to wonder if the pass rush affected the QB's accuracy on that throw. He had his guy wide open in the end zone, but he had to throw it a split second faster than he wanted to, and the ball got away from him.
Touchdown, UCLA! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. The Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off play action. Catch in the middle. It's Gumps. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
To the air, it's Calandria. Zings it complete to the right. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the running back. Runs through a tackle. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. It's complete. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the 1st down at the 34-yard line. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, 1st down.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, 1st down. He'll do it himself. Oh, better look out! And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Calandria. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Under fire. And here's a fumble way behind the line. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Gonna run it. It's Thomas. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Off the play fake. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is going to use this guy in a lot of different ways. You'll see him rush the passer. Obviously, he'll have his name called when the offense tries to run the football, but I love his coverage ability.
Back to pass. It's Iamaleava. Makes the grab over the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He's got an open man. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Lost to throw again. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Bruins.
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Rice is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up 14 over Houston. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They've got the screen set up. Can't get him to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Rebels in the hurry up.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Calandria. Makes the catch. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Working that left side now. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead. On 3rd down, going up top.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
The trend continues for this offensive line from last week. They gave up 5 sacks last week. They've given up 4 today. The most important part of your offense is protecting that quarterback. They've got to do a better job.
Slips through the line. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Trying to set up the screen. Oh, what a catch! Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit them with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Bruins want to pick up the tempo. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Bought a little time, lets it go. The quick out. Touchdown, UCLA! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner is stopped. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Listen, that's not going to go down as a big play, but he does a really good job turning a negative play into something positive. It's not a big gain, but it keeps you out of those negative situations that really makes you very predictable.
Bring in the heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Rebels will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner goes down. UCLA will go back to work on offense. And with the ball in a spot like this, David, they might try to get something on the board before the break.
Oh, great opportunity to be aggressive. Find those couple plays you like. Push the ball down the field. At least try to get a field goal here, Palmer.
That's it, David. Just a couple of first downs here could be enough to...
It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Bruins. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be dang. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's 4. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Power football with the run. Got the first down and more. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable?
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They've been dominated. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. On the option. There he goes. A really productive run gets it up to the 31-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
They'll move the tight end. They'll try the run. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fires to the tight end. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Grab near the marker. It's Robinson. There he goes. Touchdown, UCLA. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Number 13.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Navy is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to watch. They're trailing by 10 to UAB. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Caught behind the line. It's Goss. Just find a way to make that first tackler whiff. He's out to the 21. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, as a quarterback, when you make good decisions like that, your coordinator and play caller are going to keep dialing up these RPO-type plays, right? Nobody open. You're not forcing the football into traffic. You're not freaking out and throwing it away or running out of bounds. Just go get what you can get. It's a positive play for the offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To throw, it's Calandria. Fires to the big fella. Oh, out of space. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Takes the handoff. It's Thomas. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They knock him down at the 40, but he picks up 5, and it'll be enough for a first down. And the Rebels pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read, because he's watching the D lineman, and he knows he has to keep the football, and then he right away takes it upfield to get some positive yards.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
On the
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be third down. The Bruins are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Bruins back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So first down will open up the final period. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Play number 9 on this drive.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football.
Touchdown, Bruins! Haul that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1, lost week 1. They could have got down on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Irvin. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Rebels with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
On the run, it's Woods. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
You can dance around and look for space, or you can throw the stiff arm at him. He gets it out to the 17. The Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, and if you're wondering why this offense hasn't scored in this game, it's plays like that. Not only have they not been able to execute running or throwing the football, they've had penalty problems, but it's turnovers as well. And here in the fourth quarter, ball security coming back to bite this offense, giving that one up.
Throws to the tight end. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Coastal Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there on the surf turf in Conway, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line.
There's just so much for this defense to think about right now. They've had strong side runs thrown at them. Now the counter. And they know that this offense can work into play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume this defense needs to worry about at this point in the game.
The Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Orji. Hauls it in. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Offense set on 1st down. Unloads quickly. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Second down, he'll throw it. Trying to ball his way in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this offense has had a good day, and more importantly, this team responded from last week. 0-1, didn't look good to start the season, bouncing back, getting a convincing victory. Nice job by this team handling adversity early in the season.
And they did tack on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Irvin. And the returner will be knocked down.
I think that's one the kick returner is going to want to take back. That was a ball he probably should have let run through the end zone, give themselves better field position, but now they are way back up.
Pulls it in. It's Reynolds. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Orji. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Rebels come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. Makes a man miss. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. At the 45 on his way. Shoved out of bounds after a... And they'll mark it at the +42.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen, it has to happen now in this 2-minute situation. This is where their playmakers need to step up.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays, but man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their crew.
And And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pressure coming. He'll try to do it himself. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. Dropping back, it's Orchie. Complete out of the backfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. And after this play, the cake will be baked. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.